And I'll share screen too. Okay, so now that we've completed at least that paper part, let's talk about the next thing in our module. And it's going to be, well, there is an assignment today, but we'll get to that in just a minute. The next thing in our module is this here, once it comes up. I hated this. So, all right, lesson 1, research requirements. Okay, so there's an error on this PDF that I need to make some changes on, and right now there's going to be audible changes. So listen up for it. It's the paper size itself. So you're required for 4 to 6 pages. 4 to 6 pages. So our due date is April 30th. So that's not that far away. The final draft is, that's the first draft. The final draft will be May 7th. So yeah, relax. May 7th is the final draft. This is a major assignment. It's a test grade. Your written report must be 4 to 6 pages long. See where I messed that up? So it's got to be 4 to 6 pages long. This is the MLA format. Double spaced, typed, double spaced, in paragraph form. Font size is 12 times New Roman. It has to be that. This is the MLA requirement. This will be completed on a Google Doc, which you already created and shared with me. It will be, the works cited page will be your last page. It does not count as far as the length of your document. So if you are writing and you get to 5 full pages or whatever, your works cited page will be the 6th page. If you write full 6 pages, your works cited will be the 7th page. Your works cited does not count for the length of your paper, but it does have to be added at the end. That's pretty plain, right? Everybody got that? All right, so your sources and your notes for this assignment should be completed on Noodle Tools, and I'll help out with that. That's going to be another thing. I think I already showed you some of the things from last week that about Noodle Tools and about the note cards. They're on the note cards. We will also this week talk about outline. I know I talked about that before, but we're going to set up your outline. All right, so here's the purpose. And I've said it a little bit already, but just to reiterate, it's intended to help you think about your ideal career. And we're going to satisfy English writing requirements while you're thinking about your ideal career. All right, so sources of information. I know that we're going to look at the internet. I know that. I would like us to go to EBSCOhost, but that's going to be available to us. But I think primarily you're going to look at other sources. You're going to look at Google, and you're going to Google a lot of things. But I want credible sources. We'll talk about that too. I don't want some Yahoo out there on YouTube talking about a career and he doesn't know jack squat about that career other than his experience. And if I'm talking about the career of a police officer, do I have credibility in talking about the career of a police officer? Right? No, I don't. So you can't use just any source. You need to use credible sources. You can also go to the library, the media center, the online version. That's the EBSCOhost as well. Career guidance, counselors, professors in related areas, or people employed in your field of interest. So because of our time, I don't know if we'll end up doing personal interviews, but that's available to you. If you do use a personal interview, make sure you get the name of the person, get their phone number, and get their address. So that's important. Make sure you get the where they work, what gives them that credibility. All right, content. Choose a career that you are interested in. Answer the following questions. They're not really questions, but they kind of are questions. Answer the following questions through research about that career. 1, we do want a description of the career. What is that career that you're doing? What are the typical job duties of a person in that career? What necessary personal interest, personality types, or skills are required for that choice? In other words, if I had no musical talent whatsoever, couldn't sing a lick, I can't choose Nashville songwriter or a Nashville singer, right? You get it? I couldn't be a country music singer. I can't do that. I can't be Bob Dylan. Although, anyway. And so what educational requirements are involved for that career? Can you just say, oh, I want to be a doctor, and just show up at the hospital and says, I want to operate today because I want to be a doctor? You have to have requirements to get you to that thing, right? So what qualifications, preparation, and training is needed for that career? How about earnings? That everybody wants to know that. What are the potential earnings? How about local earnings versus national earnings? You hear teachers talking about it all the time. North Carolina doesn't pay that well for teachers, but they pay so much well in other states. I just want to tell people, why don't you move? If you don't like what we pay, why don't... Anyway, that's probably not a fair way to do it, because realistically, that's another debate altogether. I like my job. I enjoy it. I do care what I get paid, but I don't make a big fuss about it. Employment outlook. All right, and this is what we're talking about, numbers. How many people are working in that career? How many job openings are available in that career? How many graduates or people are trying to enter that career and can't get into that career because it's already full? Think about that. Those are important things to consider about a career that you're going into. How about related occupations? If that's something that you're not interested in, maybe there's something related to. What are some of the advantages or disadvantages of working in this career? How does it benefit other people? Or, what are there's disadvantages in just about everything. Maybe you have to move to Alaska to work in that really pie job as far as how much money. Maybe you have to be secluded or something. What interesting facts did you discover about this career? And discuss why this career would or would not be a good prospect for you. Explain what you have concluded and why. So this really has enough questions in here that will help you manage your paper fairly well. So I'm kind of giving you that. There's a ton of information you need to find out. All right, so rest of the class. For today, the last thing, you're going to research. You're going to start your research today. You're not going to start writing today. I'm not even going to talk about, other than the MLA format, I wasn't even going to talk about the writing process and stuff. But I want you I'm in the wrong thing. All right, so lesson 1. There we go. Why am I not there? I need to go to the next thing. There we go. That's next. Okay, so your assignment for today is to list 3 career choices. 3 career choices that you're interested in. I'm choosing 3 just because I want you to think a little bit. Don't just put Nashville superstar, right? So that's what you're thinking about. Don't just put country music singer or rapper. Think about something else, backup plans or whatever. So choose 3 careers, put them in the text box and submit it, and that's your grade for today. All right, so go ahead and start looking at your career choices and start researching them, and we'll talk some more about the outline and some of the other sources tomorrow. But this pretty much for the next 2 weeks is going to be a working 2 weeks. So which means I'm going to be pacing around the classroom, making sure that we are awake, making sure that we are working on our project, making sure that we get this done. If that's not for you, then too bad. So also too, if you need other things to submit for me before I enter grades, or actually submit my grade roster for tomorrow, please get that in. Thank you.